I'm not sure I'm feeling the title of this episode too much. It says we will survive by any means. Right after they just took my boy Simone into custody, I'm just saying some shit's about to go down. What's up, Dapper Squad? It's your boy Darius back at it again with another episode of Gurren Lagann, episode 19. Last episode we had the continuation of the Spiral Defense Level 2 with the Human Extermination Program. We still have Nia under some sort of control. She's been called the Lone Vessel or the Soul something. You know what I'm talking about. She is the special harbinger of the message of death. She's not the harbinger of death because they have these little polygonal robots that they send that'll explode whenever you deal too much damage to them, which are OP for suicide missions. But shit's just going down. Rossiu with the whole, I don't want to say backstabbing because in his mind he believes he's doing it for the greaterment of good, but the backstabbing of Simone mixed with him having the Lord Gnome, the Spiral King, like his head and like memory, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's all just a very different spot than I would have thought we would have been in 5 episodes ago. I'm just saying. I'm super excited to find out what happens though. Really digging the show. If you guys want to see the full episode with me down here in the corner, make sure you guys check out the Patreon like always. If you guys want to see the next one after this, you know, same kind of thing. If you guys ever want to ask me any questions, I have a Q&A section at the end of every episode. Make sure you check out the Discord down below. That's where that section is. Also check out the Twitch if you guys want to see me stream or game, anything like that. Other typical plugs, you guys know. This is not a market substitute. Please support the viewing of the platforms. Please support the viewing of the show on all the official platforms. I'm watching this on Crunchyroll. Let's hop into this, guys. Gurren Lagann episode 19. I'm actually out of it right now. I'm sorry, guys. That was a slick way for Gurren Lagann to get me all hyped for the next episode right there, because I was feeling pretty shitty that whole episode. Like, that was it wasn't like a shitty episode. Like, the episode was dope, don't get me wrong, but in terms of what's going on with my boy Simone, Nia, and he's finally accepting it too. Nia turned her back on him. Well, it's not really her, but he's accepting that it's not really her, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Because if I, as a viewer, were to go off most TV show tropes or anime tropes, as soon as somebody being controlled, as soon as you accept that that's not them, and you can, because that's usually more certain than not, usually the reason those people close to the main character are being controlled, because they know the main character, the enemy, will know the main character will not be able to do anything about, because it's their loved one. So normally in shows, when they've accepted that it's not them anymore, I must do something, it can lead of 2 ways. It can lead to a redeeming arc, depending on the darkness of the show, to where somehow the bad guy's defeated, they come back to good, it's okay, I'm so glad you were here, but you know, I'm so happy you're still alive. Or it can lead to sacrifice. Now, I can't think of any specific shows off the top of my head where that's the case, and if I could, I wouldn't say them because I don't like spoiling them if you haven't seen them, but with the shockingness that is this show and the amount of wild shit they throw at you, like everyone knows episode 8, a small part of me in the back of my head sees 2 different, actually like 4 possibilities total. I mean, there's definitely hundreds of thousands of possibilities that there could be for the show, do not get me wrong, but you know, Nia survives somehow, gets the curse removed off her, and Rossiu dies for being a bitch. Nia dies, gets sacrificed because it's just needed to happen, you know, to save the greater good. Rossiu survives like a bitch. Nia and Rossiu survive. That'd be the very happy-go-lucky vibes, which I'd be down for, but I don't know. I'd also be down for if Nia survived somehow and Rossiu died. Maybe he gets redeemed at the very end, realizes everything he was doing was wrong and he shouldn't be the way he is, and he sacrifices himself for Simone, or the greater good, as we know he likes. I don't know what could happen, but all I know is that I am shocked and sad at everything that went down, especially with the black siblings, Simone and Rossiu. Like, Rossiu is just a fucking controlling dick. Don't get me wrong, he has his fair points. Everyone does, you know, like you're not gonna have a completely non-arguable reason that you're standing behind. Everyone's gonna have their point as to why they're fighting. I'm just saying it didn't feel good. It felt shitty. You forgot to talk about that that space because that's what in case something were to happen where Spiral King, he didn't have any sort of prophecies of him being defeated. That was never going to happen, of course, but in case anything were to happen where the anti-spirals came back, he had this the space Gurren, as a backup, which can hold a fuck ton of people, and it'll go to space. The stratosphere is what he said, right? It'll just hover above the earth while the earth is being bombarded. Insane to me. I don't know, it's just fucking Jesus Christ. A good little backup plan. And with that, the way Rossiu announced that to us and to the citizens of the world was definitely suspect. I didn't trust it too much, just because, especially when they're having the trial for Simone and he's sentenced to death, you know, Kitten makes a very obvious statement, like, you never wanted him to have a fair trial anyway. You know, they made one of the two twin brothers, the Huda, his defense attorney, and they made someone who's very intelligent and very close to Rossiu, a little biased, might you add, on the prosecuting. He's a opposing prosecutor. That's not fair. And for somebody who is an old friend of Simone and who's saying, yeah, we have to stand by these new laws we created, for him to not give Simone a fair trial, and for him to have that kind of smile at the end when he's announcing, like, people cheering Rossiu, 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 and he's like, this is what I've always wanted. Like, it feels like a coup. It feels like a coup d'etat. Like, coup d'etats suck, and like, I can't believe I said it in the episode, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm down if Rossiu dies. Like, he has to fucking get out of here. Like, you gotta think, man. You can't be doing this kind of shit, especially to your old friends who, if you look back at, I just wish Rossiu would look back and like think what would happen if Simone and Kamina didn't come and rescue him from this village. He'd still be there sending families up to their death. It's just a fuck, like, it makes me mad even thinking about it. And I'm gonna have to end the episode here because I'm genuinely mad and Rossiu pissed me off, and I'm gonna go take a shower and then watch this next episode. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. Let me know what you thought down below. As always, there's no questions right now, but if you ever want to ask me a question, now would be the time where I'd answer it. Make sure you check the Discord down below. That's where that is. If for some reason you want to rewatch the entire episode with me, the full thing down here in the corner, or maybe see the next one, you never know. Check out the Patreon down below. Other than that, Dapper Squad, I appreciate y'all. Have a great day, you guys.